Well, it's day 23 of Junk Journal July, and today's theme is tipped in. I actually have no idea what this is. It turns out it is adding a page to a book that is already bound, and you're adding the page along the binding of the book. I decided to make a tipped in page that is basically a frame for a collage that is actually in the book. So I'm going to create this frame using a stencil and a book page and some acetate paper that I have left over from some packaging from something that I bought, and it's all going to work out. Just hang in there with me. I kind of found out the hard way that I didn't pick the best type of book to use for Junk Journal July. I picked this coil-bound craft paper book because I just really like the paper, and I've had this sitting around and didn't know what to do with it for a while. But the issues are when it's coil-bound, you don't have the benefit of the binding of the book to work with. It's hard to do double-page spreads, and also the paper in this book is a little bit thin. But anyways, I'm going to go with it and try to make it work. So first I'm going to use a Sharpie to cut out the shape of the frame that I'm going to use in my tip-in page. I decided to use a book page to form the tip-in page and put the frame on that page. So I'm using a vintage gardening book here, using a page where I'm probably not going to use what is on the back of the page. It was nice to see these beautiful pictures that I'll probably use in something else. So I just go ahead and start ripping out the page that I need. Just taking a quick look here, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna fit. I'm pretty happy with that. So I am going to keep going with creating the frame on the tip-in page using this lovely stencil and a few dabs of Payne's Gray acrylic paint with this old brush that I keep around. Well, that came out really nice, so I'm going to continue on and cut out the center part of this frame shape and insert the acetate into the middle, which I'm kind of using to represent the glass that you find in a picture frame. So far, so good here. So I'm going to glue in the little round circle of acetate that I cut out earlier to represent the glass that you would find in a picture frame. I'm using just a standard school grade type of glue here. It's a clear gel glue that will dry clear, so I'm not too worried about it. And that worked out pretty great. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to continue on, put this aside to dry a little bit, and then start working on the collage. have this really lovely package of postcards from San Francisco. They're these vintage postcards. So I pick out one of those that I'm going to use for the basis of my collage on the page in my junk journal. Now I'm going to start decorating the page a little bit. I've got this really nice washi tape here that has kind of an Asian feel to it. It's got these lovely little goldfish on it, and I just love the colors. So I put that on both sides of the page, remembering that the tip out page is just a little bit narrower than this page, so I want to make sure that both sides are kind of matchy-matchy. I'm continuing on with decorating the page here using some of that homemade washi tape that I tried making yesterday. I thought I'd try doing a little stenciling here with some acrylic paint just to kind of pull everything together and make it seem like it's a little more unified. Too crazy with how the stenciling turned out. I wish I used a dark color instead, and I decided to come in here with a paintbrush and a little more acrylic paint to create some tree shapes, which I always like to do, and I think it just pulls things together a little bit more. And now I'm ready to start figuring out how I'm going to insert my tip page. I decided to make a fold across the top and use that as a little lip to glue the page into my junk journal. I'm using a ruler here just to get a nice sharp edge on it, and then once I think that's folded, I will glue it into the book. This is all off camera here, unfortunately, but I decided to come back in with a royal blue Tombow marker and just make a few more little branch and flower shapes just to jazz up the stenciling a little bit because I didn't really like it. I didn't use a dark enough color. And there we go. I'm all done with today's little project with creating this little tip-in page into my junk journal. This was fun. I did some learning here for sure, and there's a few techniques that I'll definitely use again. I like how it turned out, and I hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for watching and take care.